there, YouTube. I'm back again today for another Kickstarter critique where I take a look at a different Kickstarter tabletop game project every weekday at 1:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time and give you my honest thoughts on how that project is being ran. And today, I'm very excited to be checking out the second most popular project in all of Kickstarter games and the second most popular project in all of Kickstarter. That is Cyclades, the Legendary Edition. Join the ultimate evolution of this famous development, territory control, and auction board game. Territory control, that's interesting. You just say area control, save them a little space. Fun in 3 hours, nobody cares. I see the designers kind of, but I can't really read them. I'd love to know the player length, the time count, the age. But I guess they are kind of focusing on the fact that this is a second print run of a much beloved game, which is always a good thing because that cements down one of the three aspects you need to convince every Kickstarter backer, which is can you do it? And yes, we've done it before. It was an amazing game. And now there's the new famous Legendary Edition. It's a really thick box. I'd still love to see more here. Some components, some minis, player length, time count, age, some other stuff. But at the end of the day, I get the gist. Much beloved game. Fancy second edition. As always, when I get in the video, Bruno Cathala. Oh yeah, Ludovic Maublanc. There we go. Can we spotlight that a little bit more? I know they're up here, but you can't read them from the main marquee. And honestly, you know, anytime I see myself a Cathala, I'm in. As always with the video, do I want it? Can you do it? How much is it? Convince us. Let's go.
O divine protectors of our cities, grant me your strength and wisdom to ensure my reign above all others. May the battle begin. More strategic and spectacular.
Theme.
Discover the Director's Cut edition of Cyclades,
Ooh,
Legendary Edition. A game by Bruno Cathala.
That's interesting. That's not typically a phrase you see thrown around too much in Kickstarter videos. The Director's Edition.
And Ludovic Maublanc, illustrated by Miguel Coimbra. The goal of the game...
There we go. So, components.
Control 3 metropolises. There are 4 ways to build each one. Control 4 different buildings. Recruit 4 philosophers. Conquer a metropolis. Or use a hero's power. The modular game tiles create a unique map every
nice
time
shot.
you play. Each player begins with 3 land areas and 3 sea areas. At the start of a cycle, you gather income from your territories.
Nice player board right there. We're really going into the weeds on the game right now. I hope that's not the next minute.
Each round, players vie
Wow, that's a nice looking board.
for divine favor by bidding. Bid on a god. If a player offers more than you must bid on another god. When each player has a different god, they take their actions.
Okay.
With Poseidon, master the seas. With Ares, control the land. With Zeus, deepen your devotion.
Asymmetric characters.
With Athena, impose your culture. With Hera, reinforce your ranks. With Apollo, accumulate wealth and strategic knowledge. Change the course of the game with the awesome powers of mythological creatures and heroes. Cyclades Legendary Edition contains 67 cards, 175 tiles, and
Okay, so we're doing a little bit of a component breakdown in the video. I like this. I like this a lot.
tokens, 10 large land tiles, 96 soldier and ship figurines, 15 hero and creature miniatures, 55 3D buildings and metropolis.
And you're telling me that there's going to be a miniatures pledge and there's going to be an ultimate pledge. Okay, so we're talking a little bit about the how much is it, breaking down the different pledge levels. So most likely the ultimate pledge probably going to be the most popular one because you're going to want the 3D buildings and metropolises so it can be like even more thematic.
Follow us on Kickstarter.
Okay. It's okay. I felt like that was a good video. Solid. Hopefully you spotlight a little bit more about why people love the game as we go down. But at the end of the day, the video I thought it was solid. Do I want it? Yeah. Yeah, it looks good. Looks fun. Open Sesame Games. 2 created, 5 backed. Open Sesame is a new French-American publisher of role-playing and board games founded by veterans of these industries, driven by a passion for exploring varied, strong, and original universes. The founders wish to focus on the quality of the content and its presentation, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Wow. Okay, so we got quite a few people here up in the collaborators. That's a good, decent chunk of people. They did Northgard Enchanted Lands. I do believe this is out. I think I've seen this box in the wild. Let's make sure, though. So this is their second game. Delivery almost over. USA replacement parts and boxes replacement. Looking good. That's what you love to see. November 7th, 2022. So yeah, most likely this is already out. People have got their stuff. French. I have a rules question stated. So yeah, they're in here. Responding. Looks like good customer service. I would hope that with how many collaborators you have. Great. So can you do it? Yeah. Feel good. Do I want it? Yeah, kind of. Not really convinced quite yet. I think it's going to really boil down to how much is it, and the quotes you show me about why people love the original Cyclades. Now I think I played this once or twice before, way back when, and enjoyed it. The bidding system looks really cool. 2 to 6 players, team mode for 4 and 6 players. I like how we're giving specific emphasis on how it's not just a straightforward 2 to 6 players. There's a little bit modification team mode. I like when people mention that sort of thing. So we got the French version. Is an iconic cornerstone of the board game world that combines bidding, development, and conquest mechanics, stuff, things that the current stretch goal. All right, so we're hitting the stretch goals, which I personally don't have an issue with at all because we're already funded. And once the goal of launching a Kickstarter is to get your game funded. But once you get funded, what's your goal? Your goal is to hit stretch goals. So why not emphasize the stretch goals? Put them up at the top. So alternative sculpt Scorpion faction miniature. So now when you put out your Scorpion faction, there'll be more than one sculpt for it, so it'll look even more asymmetric. Cool. It's a nice stretch goal. Play game now on Tabletopia. A digital demo is playable for free until this game is sent to the backers. Then you can get bent. That's interesting. We're just going to take it down. All right, but whatevs. Cool. Highlights. A director's cut. That's such an interesting thing to me. I wonder how many people are actually like, yeah, I'm not even going to back this Kickstarter because it's on Tabletopia. I wonder how large of a group that people is. Just pure, is that you? Let me know in the comments below. Highlights. A director's cut of the game by the 2 world-famous authors, Bruno, Cathala, and Ludovic, Maublanc, an epic, tense, and levelly game. What does that mean? Levelly game. Never heard that phrase. That is simple to explain, full of opportunism and interactions. A terrain control game that is an ever-changing setup thanks to modular board tiles. I know. I watched the video. Whole new game. More than just an aesthetic facelift, Cyclades Legendary Edition takes the original game to a whole new level. The director's cut by Bruno, Cathala, and Ludovic Maublanc combines the original game. Now, I will say they're definitely putting some respect on their name now that we've gotten into the Kickstarter page. I think I've seen their name like 4 times, which is great, because those are highly respected game designers, or as they put it, game authors. 3 game configurations: a classic mode for 3 to 5, team play for 4 to 6, an improved 2-player mode, a modular game board, 6 gods instead of the 5 original are now available, increasing players' variety of actions, new free mandatory construction action for the gods. So they're talking specifically about what's new from the old version to the new version. That's cool. Rewards. So the miniatures pledge. If you just want the game with the minis, I think. Ultimate Pledge. Miniatures Pledge plus 3D building. It's weird you call it the Miniatures Pledge, because when you say that, it almost feels like the game's not there. Ooh, so they have €100, $109, all right? And then the Ultimate Pledge, $131. Blows my mind we're to that point, but still. So it's like a deluxeified, redone version of the game. Interesting. Meeple's Pledge, all common stretch goal. Oh, this is like the retail version. The one that's actually just going to be $60 MSRP, 64. That's super reasonable. Okay. I still think this is going to be the most popular pledge level because that's just how people shop on Kickstarter. But still, cool. And I imagine it's going to be this box with the game. And then this one comes with that box plus an additional box, which is going to come with the minis terrain. And then this is the 3rd separate box. So essentially they're making 3 boxes, it looks like. Very reasonable. Common material, 10 macro tiles. I know it's hard to tell the dimensions. Normally I'd say give me the dimensions of these, but I guess they're very modular, so they can't really do that. But it'd be nice to just spotlight one of these next to the others and say what the dimensions are in inches and centimeters. Auction board, once again, I'd love to know the size of these. 9 hero cards, 20 philosopher cards, 20 prosperity tokens. Now we're going full in detail on the components. So I know the price too. I don't think it's a terrible price, but I definitely don't think it's a... Yeah, I think it's a decent price. We haven't got to the shipping because, once again, you could just get the $64 one, even though most people aren't going to. Included in the miniatures and ultimate pledge, you get the heroes, the minis. I'd love to know the exact size of these. Factions, you're going to get tons of plastic. Got it. 3D buildings, fortress, 10 times. You're getting all these if you buy the fancy versions. Meeple and standees included in the Meeple pledge. Little typo there. Fix that. No biggie. Factions, cool stuff. So now you're showing me the components of that game, which looks like a perfectly fine game. Add-on, 100 metal gold coins for 30 euros. Nice looking coins. They look actually thematic to the game and not super generic. Nice. And then we got the stretch goals. 150k, it's funded. Faction miniature, alternative sculpt. Ooh, card. Love me cards. Like, honestly, great, whatever. Yes. Let me know what you think about that. Would you rather have one extra card, or would you rather have a different sculpt for the game? Tabletopia is like early access to see cards, components, etc., and to try out the game. I need to get on Tabletopia more. It's just, if I started shooting videos on Tabletopia for Kickstarters, it's easy views. Plus, it's fun. You get to play games. First 15 mercenary troops by taming the phenomenal powers of the blah 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 theme. 6 creature miniatures. Okay, cool. Looks solid. Everything looks good here. Everything you need. What am I looking for? Rule booklet. Gameplay. Ooh, you got yourself a John Gets Games. Okay. Tutorial-ish. It's one of the super long ones, an hour, but hey, it's there. And then in French. So those are the only 2 videos we have. You could build or conquer metropolises in 4 different ways. Yeah, I watched the video. Income phase, we're just meandering about on how the game is played, which is fine, you know, but hit me with shipping first, you know? Get me out of the way with the shopping. Okay, things, stuff, got it. Download the rules. There it is. Love to see that way higher. Okay. Take a look at this. It should be immaculate in theory because this is like already out. Ooh, look at that setup. That looks nice. Overview, 16 pages, very reasonable. Pictures, illustrations, examples, numbered, arrows. Looks good. Looks like a rock solid rule booklet. Let me see that back page. What you do with that back page? Healthy? Ooh, now that's one that I haven't seen before. Table of contents on the back page. I kind of love that. Normally I'd prefer if it was like just a list of like, you know, quick setup or frequently forgotten rules, symbology, but this is like, hey, you got a specific question, go to this specific page. I kind of love that. I don't think I've seen that. I kind of like that. Cyclades Legendary Edition, that's a review, preview, don't care. Where's the gameplay? Gameplay. He's pretending to hold it. That's fun. Is there gameplay anywhere? No, just straight up gameplay. That's...
Hey, I'm Alex Radcliffe from
Yeah, that's unfortunate. Why? Why not? Why not just a straight up gameplay? Ugh. Don't get me wrong. Previews are fine, but gameplay, worth its weight in gold. Especially if it's a different version of Cyclades. I'd like to see specifically how it works in play. Shipping and taxes. So, where's the majority of people? America Zone 1. So we got 33 to 37, 32 to 36. So it's a chunk. It is a chunk. Oh my gosh. Oh man, that shipping is terrible. Especially for that Meeples pledge. That's a $64 game with $35 shipping. So I'm paying $100 for the MSRP. No thanks. I think I'll wait till retail on that one. Now, when we talk about the Minis pledge and the Ultimate pledge, let's see where we're doing there. And I'm guessing the Ultimate pledge is the most. So 247 people sitting on the fence. Interesting. Now, I wonder if this is because they want the... No, that is interesting. Okay. Meeples pledge. You got 156. Yeah, so that is just straight up $100. Eesh. And maybe... oh, so it's still a super thick box. I guess that's why. And then we have the miniatures pledge at 109, 108 people. Then the ultimate pledge, yeah, 1455, undoubtedly the most popular one. And we're sitting at $160-something. That's a lot. That's a lot for what otherwise is just it's a Euro game. I enjoyed the game when I played it. But man, the board game hobby is really weird. Why Kickstarter stuff things? Because we want to turn a $60 Euro game into $100 and something, $160. That's why. Got it. So yeah, the price doesn't feel great. And here's the thing, it feels like I'd probably just wait till retail after the fact on that one, especially when I see that this is $64 for that Meeple version. So I feel like they're really up against the gun on that. Not to mention, I don't feel like you did a particularly great job spotlighting Cyclades and how great the game is. Let's see how highly rated this one is in a board game. Now I know obviously it's the collector, the director's edition or whatever the hell you're calling it. But let's see. Like, this is a super highly rated game. Yeah, it's the number 217 game of all time. You don't think you drop that? Like, hey, we took the number 217 game of all time and we made it even better. Also, I don't feel like it's really obvious what expansions are included in this and what's not included in this, because there's a lot of expansion here. Hades, Titans, Monuments, Hikari. Like, what's in here, what's not in here. I wish that was a little bit more clearly laid out. You know, I definitely feel like they could have sold it a little bit better. So what size are the figurines? Yeah, that'd be a great thing to have, you know, on the campaign pages. The gameplay still is the same as the first Cyclades. Is a director's cut version of the original. The core of the game remains the same, but its all mechanics have been reworked to make the game more dynamic, shorter, and more intense. See all the changes? Cool. This feature is solo mod? No, got it. Updates! Fun in 3 hours. Time for stretch goals. So, more dynamic. So many stretch goals to come. Got it. Yeah, I imagine they got a whole boatload of them planned. Pretty lackluster stretch goal. Yeah, so it's not just me. Like, scopes are nice, but gameplay's better. I know this is supposed to be streamlined, keeping everything simpler, but I haven't seen Bruno mention anything about the minor gods, divine factors, and I really like them in the original. Any chance they may show up in some form as a stretch goal? Yeah, it doesn't feel like it's very clear what expansions are or not on here. And if I'm paying $160 for this, I guess we know what 4 of the other stretch goals will be. I'm assuming the stretch goals per se replaces 4 rate. Oh, God. Let's check out the comments. Give this one a grade. Once again, pretty quick. In and out. 17 minutes. I don't know if it's just me and my machine, but the PDF manual is rendering super slow. Got it. Dear Mr. Catholic and Mr. Maublanc, Cyclades is my top 3 games of all time, so I'm glad it's getting renewed attention and new gamers will get to experience it. It looks like many of the best bits from the expansions have been incorporated in the new versions. Cool. That's what I want to know. The only weak part of the original game I felt was the combat. Cool. So most of us want meeples for the heroes and monsters. Sorry for the confusion. Is it possible to get the miniatures pledge with a meeple add-on? I like the idea. Hi, Roy and Fabrice. We managed the pledge level to be meeples versus miniatures of a low price on campaign. Low price. For the time being, we don't want to commit to such options. Oh, I think they mean on how much they're raising. Because once again, if they did this, it'd be an extra box, I do believe. Will the Metropolis token fit under the Metropolis miniatures? Asking due to the random bonus under them. +1 had the same question. This is exactly it. The Metropolis token comes under the Metropolis figures for the bonus. Got it. And once again, these are all questions that people could easily answer if there was a gameplay video. And really, the lack of a gameplay video there seems pretty odd, especially when you have this in content creators' hands. And I imagine there is a gameplay video somewhere floating out there, right? Like, let's go check. Let's see if I can find it. Like, why not put that there? Is there full gameplay? Nope, there's not. 2 previews and a, yeah. Okay, final grade. Do I want it? Yeah, kind of. Looks cool. I like the original. I honestly probably would be more excited if this was just a deluxe big box edition with all the expansion content bundled into it. And I feel like most people probably would. Like, I feel like there's a reason we don't see director's cuts, as you put it, too terribly often, but whatever. Do I want it? Yeah, kind of. Can you do it? Yeah. It's your second thing. And you did the other thing well. Looks like good customer service. You're only making 3 boxes. So can you do it? Yeah. Yeah, I'll give the thumbs up. And then how much is it? Doesn't seem great. Definitely seems like I should probably just wait for retail on this one. Obviously, if you're looking for the minis version, that's probably not the case. But if you're just here for the Meeple split, then yeah. But it doesn't seem like a great price. And yeah, just the lack of a gameplay video. You're launching a massive Kickstarter. You're obviously hoping you're probably going to hit $1 million. I would be willing to speculate they have stretch goals up to $1 million, if not 6, 7, 800,000. Just not having a gameplay video. It's such a weird choice. Content creators have this game, and yet there's no gameplay video. So final grade. I don't feel like I was wowed. I'm not in the A/B range. It's got a rule booklet. It's got previews. It's a beloved game. Not that you really spotlighted that as well as I think you should. So I guess I'm like a C+, B- range, I think. Yeah, I think that's about it. Go C+. C+. That's it. Cyclades Legendary Edition. Let me know in the comments below what's your final grade on this one. And have you played the original? Because I feel like if you played the original, you're probably a lot more excited about this than if you haven't. And this is an old game, 2009. Like, in the board game world, that is an ancient game. I definitely feel like they could have done a much better job spotlighting how beloved this game was, like digging up some old reviews and old quotes and then just maybe hammering on how this is a better version of that game. But they didn't. So yeah, I'm gonna go with C. I'm gonna go with C. Cyclades Legendary Edition. I'm meeting it right down the middle. I'll give it a C. Let me know in the comments below what's your final grade. And as always, if you're enjoying the content, please be sure to click on that subscribe button down below. And if there's ever a Kickstarter you're interested in having me cover, please let me know in the comments below. And as always, thanks for your time, YouTube. Bye bye.